Good morning, everybody. This is Lindsay Hudson with SPS back in the building for another Monday Motivation. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a marvelous weekend. Who was just checking in like clockwork? Miss Michelle Mimi Watkins. Good morning, Michelle. Hope you had a great weekend. I hope you can sit still now. You've been traveling all these different time zones. I don't know if you in state, out of state, soon to be out of state. I know you keep a bag ready to go, but appreciate you always checking in. Michelle, today's topic is ImaginATE. ImaginATE. It has dual purposes. One, it is to acknowledge a childhood friend who has done very well for himself in the creation of his new restaurant, ImaginATE Restaurant, a fine dining experience. I'm speaking of Mr. Omar Mitchell of culinary arts fame, very good friend. We grew up having acquaintances probably around my junior and senior year in high school in Detroit. And what I want to say to acknowledge his brother, and also shout out to Demetrius Carrington and the Beautiful Machine magazine that was there on hand. This brother is bringing not only fine dining, but just some amazing experiences to us. When I interviewed him to talk about what he had going on, I'll show you a quick clip. We were outside of his beautiful establishment for a VIP event. He talked about Michelin star status, Michelle. He wanted to be on the Michelin star roll, and I think it's important to define Michelin star. That's coveted by chefs, but bestowed upon only to an excellent few. Getting a star of 3 could change the fate of a restaurant. 1 Michelin star is high quality cooking, worth a stop. 2 Michelin stars is excellent cooking, worth a detour. I mean, you'll go out of your way. But 3 Michelin stars, Mr. Omar Mitchell, refers to exceptional cuisine, worth a special journey. I could not deny that the experience of going to ImaginATE was worth a special journey. It was just a beautiful time. We got down there, and before we even got an event, you had lovely ladies of all backgrounds enjoying an outdoor experience. That's outside with the nice chair they have. And then a good friend Antoinette Colored Weaver was enjoying the experience. Many people lined up to swing in the chair. She was there to congratulate Omar. Thank you, Antoinette, for allowing me to share your photos. But it was a good time. It was a festive time all around. Detroit at its finest, Metro Detroit at its finest. People from all over coming to ImaginATE. Now, why is this important? This is not just telling you to get down there starting this Thursday and have some of the lovely food. There's lobster in that macaroni and cheese. Beautiful, exquisite service, dining. As Omar says, they put the fun in fine dining. I said it right, Omar, right? Just a beautiful layout. You would think you are in Miami when you're in fact in Metro Detroit. But why is it important? And the introductory song I was playing at the start of this was Imagine by Snoop Dogg. The term imaginate refers to the process of imagining. And when I talked about going back to my childhood with Omar, man, I could tell you he was the same way. He put me on to culinary art school and how you can be from Detroit and may not have much around you, but have dreams that are bigger than what's in front of you. And he embodied that. Yes, he did, and I can appreciate him, and that's why I was so happy to share in his success. He's had success, and he continues to have success. But I think it's important for us to realize what roles we can play. From my experience of going to ImaginATE and thinking back and reflecting over this weekend, I think there are 3 categories that we're in. We can either be the creator, whether it's Lindsay Huddleston at SPS, whether it's Omar Mitchell and ImaginATE, whether it's Demetrius Carrington and the Beautiful Magazine, for example, or we can be the supporters, the Antoinette Color Weaver or Marcia Stoddard Magnum. She came out, she took a nice picture for us all to see. Convertible Bentley, Rolls Royce, pink metallic. That photo credit goes to her. She posted that. Thank you, Marcia, for posting that. We can imagine these things. This is what was outside. This is the flavor. This is what we had. Whoever had this vehicle had to imagine it. That wasn't just on the lot and they said, they said, this is what I want. They had to wait. Same thing for Omar. Same thing for me. I just want you to know you can either be a creator, a supporter, or you can be a detractor. Yeah, modern days say a hater. But everyone plays a role. Because everyone who told Omar he couldn't do something helped make that day be possible. Everyone who said, Omar, I got your back, helped make that day possible. Other creators who inspired the inspirer helped make that day possible. We all have a role to play. And some of us may choose to play the role we play, or some of us, by circumstances, may be in that. You may not be able to be the creator, but you can be the best supporter. You may not mean to be a detractor, but you haven't worked through your own set of individual issues to be able to come out and be that. But even still, you play a role in this process. I just want to emphasize on this Monday motivation, celebrating Omar, but also saying the power to imaginate, the power to imagine in your mind, just like Snoop Dogg's instrumental was playing earlier. I remember being at an event outdoors near Metro Detroit and looking up in the sky and seeing the airplanes landing and taking off and saying, imagining myself on that plane into a destination I was going and what I was going to do. The power of imagination, it's been stripped from us. It's been stripped from us because maybe because of social media, you can see so many images that you normally wouldn't see. We don't rely on our brain to imagine. But I think it's important that in the quiet of your day, whether it's at night when you're wrapping up or in the morning when all is at rest, that you can imagine. Omar had to imagine to come up with this beautiful establishment. I mean, come on, to say that we're going to have this type of setup, and this is only a fraction of the beautiful imagery that was there. But I want you guys to continue to imagine, because where we started isn't where we end. And where we once were is not where we are right now. I repeat that. Where we started is not where we're going to end. And where we once were is not where we are right now. So the power of imagining these thoughts that you have to bring something new. And yes, there will be detractors. They play a permanent role in this process. But just as they're detractors, there's also supporters, right? You saw that with, Antoinette coming out to support her friend and sing congratulations and sharing this experience of being, excited, and things like that. And also, you just may have to be the creator. That just may be the role you play for that particular time. It's your ideas, what you imagine is going to come out, and that does not stop. And if you feel you're at a role where, hey, you're not trying to make anything out, be a supporter. Supporters are important. Supporters mean a lot. And why Omar, when he stood at the door and greeted his guests, he probably couldn't spend as much time with everyone. Hey, we couldn't even spend a lot of time doing an interview because it was just such a massive event. But I'm sure he appreciates everyone. And just like you appreciate someone saying, I saw what you did and that was a good job. Or you appreciating someone saying, hey, what are you working on? Hey, I know you're going to make it work. Encourage people. I know it's so easy to look at all the things that stop something from happening. And some of us are geared. I mean, it really goes back to our caveman mentality by default. They said in the time of dinosaurs and other predators, if you believe that, if we go back that far, we had this protective mindset. Even if you lived on the plains, I talk about this all the time, the tornado could come through and wipe everything out. So we always had this negative default. But I'm encouraging you to get beyond that, to embrace your power to imagine, to embrace others' power to imagine, and encourage that. Because I didn't think of this venue that Omar created, but I was very, very happy to be there. I didn't think of all the beautiful things that he had there, but I can't wait to get back down starting Thursday, the 15th, as well as going forward to support him. Proud native Detroiter. I can be in Detroit any hour of the day. Sometimes I'm down in Detroit twice a day between here and East Lansing. But I want to say to the mid-Michigan area, it is a 3-star destination. It is worth the trip. Anyone who's within my voice and can hear what I'm talking about. You want to go to ImaginATE in Royal Oak. He is a fine chef. He is an executive chef, that is, as well as a restaurateur, has had success beyond and it has accolades. But I just appreciate that. Sometimes when you're out here working, trying to create something, it's easy to get down. But when you see other individuals like Omar Mitchell, it's inspiring. When you hear the stories of Demetrius Carrington, you can see an interview he and I did about the beautiful machine. They're going to be celebrating their 3-year anniversary next month. Be inspired. So lastly, I'll go back and say this as I hit the 10-minute mark. You can either be the creator, supporter, or the detractor. We all play a role. We all play a role. Just know if you're going to be one of these 3 roles, be conscious of the role you play. And hopefully it can help others do well. So with that, never forget the ability to ImaginATE. Support Omar Mitchell and his movement. Support others who dare to see beyond what's in front of them and create something that we all can benefit from. So with that, this is Lindsey Hudson with SPS. We're going to have a great week on Thursday. We're going to have a number of virtual panelists to talk about the college recruitment process and how we can continue to help our young people be ready to move forward. We'll also have the Thursday, Monday motivation. Shout out to the Horatio Williams Foundation. On Sunday, we'll be space jamming in the building back in Royal Oak. at Imagine Theater, not to be confused with the ImaginATE restaurant, for a free showing of Space Jam. You can go to the Rachel Williams Foundation or go to my Facebook page to get more information. So with that, I want to wish you guys the best. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great life. With that, this is Lindsay House on SPS. Take care.